Plata Verada
Don't.
What? I said the words.
Don't.
Welcome to Deadsville.
Greetings, Boo Believers. Welcome to Deadsville Horror Talk. I'm your host, Ronin James. To my left, the lovely Steph Infection.
Hello, Screamhawks.
On today's episode, we are going to review Evil Dead Burn, the newest in the long-running franchise from Sam Raimi. And, yeah, I have got to say, I am a really big Evil Dead fan. It's probably my number one horror franchise of all time. It's really close between Evil Dead and Friday the 13th. But obviously, I'm a big fan of the Evil Dead. The first one, it's just like a seminal horror movie that every horror fan should watch.
Absolutely.
Followed immediately by the second one, and it was, obviously
More
the slapstick
comedic.
of the second one totally makes it a completely different movie in tone. Yet it's the same movie.
Yes.
It's such a crazy kind of
concept to have both types, but it molded what these can be and what they don't have to be either, because we've had in the franchise, we've had some that are a little bit more serious and then ones that have that total comedic, even with the dead our deadites saying funny stuff and being more slapstick, like you said.
Yeah,
and it all fits.
Yeah, but these newer ones are really these newer, the last couple, they definitely lean a little more towards the original and more towards the first one. So we're gonna get into it, what we liked, what we didn't like, all that stuff about Evil Dead Burn. But first, a little bit about us. I'm Deadsville's Ronin James. I've been a stuntman for over 20 years, stunt coordinator. I have second unit directed, and now I direct and produce and create content here at Deadsville Productions with my co-host Steph Infection.
That's me.
Who's also a producer, actress, content creator, and wearer of many hats behind the scenes. We have a short film called Amityville Barbie versus the Evil Deados.
Wonder what that's about.
Obviously, yes, big inspiration, and we'll talk about a little of that too, because it relates to how this movie is received by certain people and fans of the franchise. So, but yes, been a stuntman. You've seen me in a bunch of stuff before. I guarantee it. Done a lot of horror movies. I've also done a lot of superhero stuff.
Yes.
And good segue to remind you to like, subscribe, follow, ding the bell on YouTube. Make sure you follow Deadsville Horror Talk and follow us on your favorite streaming apps. You can listen to the podcast there. You can watch the video on YouTube and Patreon. We have a Patreon, and tonight we are actually going to read our first Patreon subscriber review.
Yeah.
Because Andrew, our very first Patreon subscriber, sent me a review. He saw Evil Dead Burn yesterday, I think it was, and sent me his quick review.
And I haven't even seen it, so I'm
so yes, later on the episode, we're going to read Andrew's review. If you would like to hear your review read on the show, make sure you sign up for one of the, I think it's the $5 tier. It might be any paid tier. You have to check the Patreon out, but we have a free tier, obviously, which gets you access to a lot of our content there, a lot of our backlog, the podcast without ads. If you don't want to listen to ads like you have to listen to on streaming services, you can go to the Patreon and listen to it there, ad-free. And then we have a $3 tier, which will get you things like, access to our upcoming Discord server. I should probably do that again. And we have some real cut right there. We have a $3 tier, which gets you some more access to some other things like our Discord server that we have coming up, so you can join the Boo Believers and Deadsville Citizens. Actually, it's the Citizens level is the $3 level.
That's right.
And the Boo Believers is the $5 level. And it's our Boo Believers who get the once a month we'll read one of your reviews on our show. If you jump in and review or send us a review, try not to make it too long, obviously. but yeah. And then we have things like discounts on merch that you get. You get a special discount code if you're a Boo Believer or a Deadsville citizen. And we have a lot of other stuff planned, like interactive stuff planned there as well. So make sure you join on the Patreon and follow us on all the other social medias and stuffs. And also follow Amityville Barbie.
Yes, please.
Our award-winning short film, which was heavily inspired by The Evil Dead.
Absolutely, yes.
And obviously ours is a little bit more on the slapstick side. So unlike Evil Dead Burn, which is definitely more on the original side.
Oh, definitely. Well, I was going to say, I disagreed. I think Evil Dead Rise was more on like the comedic side too.
I think it had more aspects of it. Yes,
yeah, this one did not as much.
I feel like the first remake though was definitely more serious too.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely more serious too. So, all right, yeah, we've done all that important stuff. The intro about us, call to action, talked about the Patreon. Now it's time to get into it. This is our spoiler-free first take. We will not drop any spoilers here. We're going to talk about, basic review and score. We're going to discuss the cast and director, writer, and I'm going to get into a little bit of some production lore because there is some really interesting behind-the-scenes stuff that happened having to do with our friend Bruce Campbell.
He's a producer.
He is a producer on this movie, but this movie was one of the reasons that he decided to kind of step back.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm going to get into it. We're going to get into it. I'll read you the story and we'll talk about it.
Oh, geez.
So we will do that before we get to the spoiler part. So stay tuned. Even if you haven't seen it, you can listen through up until we break out the shovels to dig deeper into spoilers. And we will give you plenty of warning before we do that. So without further ado, Steph Infection, why don't you read the synopsis for Evil Dead Burn?
All right. After the loss of her husband, a woman seeks solace with her in-laws. As one by one they transform into deadites, she comes to discover that the vows she took in life survive even in death.
Dun, dun, dun.
Man, that is just awful.
Yes. Let's see. I'm going to read what we have here on Rotten Tomatoes real quick. Evil Dead Burn unleashes the franchise's most savage and terrifying ride to date, blazing onto big screens with an all-new chapter of carnage and demonic mayhem. After the loss of her husband, a woman seeks solace with her in-laws. There we go. Then it finishes with yours. So it just added a little bit to the beginning there.
Okay. I missed that one.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. That's kind of, that's a good and a bad point because
Which part?
The whole synopsis of it. It's very familiar. The family, the cabin.
Oh yeah.
It's very yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sums it up. I mean, this thing is a very pretty simplistic storyline.
Absolutely.
The writing has its good points and its bad points, I felt like that was probably my biggest, that's always my biggest gripe is the writing.
I know, but and I said, being an Evil Dead movie, you kind of have to go in with just, you're going in for fun.
Yeah,
that's
well,
how I looked.
I feel like Bruce Campbell kind of agrees with me though, because
I'm sure
I'm gonna be vindicated when I get to it.
All right.
All these times I've complained, it's gonna be vindicated. So all right, well let's jump over to our writer real quick. Our writers, Florent Bernard, Sam Raimi, and Sebastian Vanacek. So. This is essentially a French movie.
Yeah, they're all stuff I've never heard of or I can't pronounce. So
right. So Sam Raimi is a writer on this in the fact that he created the Evil Dead. So I mean, he wrote the original lore, and they use parts of the original lore. So just like Mary Shelley gets a writing credit in The Bride because she wrote Frankenstein, which inspired it, Sam Raimi, he didn't actually write this thing. He's just in there because his lore is used and woven into the fabric of this script. Mm-hmm. And actually, that's probably one of the better written parts. The way that it works the lore, the pre-existing lore of, the the stuff that we know from previous movies in with this family and how it's all related. And we'll kind of get into that.
Yeah, I liked all that
later on. I thought that worked really well. It was, the actual the rest of it that kind of had me scratching my head. I think the biggest problem with the script for me was it was just very predictable and not very scary. Like, I didn't find it very scary. I found it more in line with, trying to make the audience uncomfortable and cringe and kind of wince more. The extreme, and again, it's a French movie, so this is being made by, the same country that gave us a movie like Martyrs, and some of these other, you can go back to, God, what the heck was the one?
I've never seen Martyrs. God.
They just do a lot of very brutal, mean-spirited kind of gore.
Okay, so to put it plainly, it's like they wanted all these shocking moments and they wrote around those shocking moments versus writing something
that organically develops in the script.
Especially, we didn't say, we saw it again in 4DX last night, and that
we'll get to that too.
It was just a ride within its own.
Because I saw it in both. I saw it in regular 2D originally the night before it officially came out, and then we went last night, Saturday after it released, and saw it in 4DX. And I will say it was, I enjoyed it in 2D and I enjoyed it again in 4DX, and it felt a little shorter in 4DX. I will say that. It still felt a little long because, that's something we could talk about too with the writing of this movie. It's an hour and 50 minutes. And for being such kind of like a bare bones script, they really made it long.
Well, I saw that you said that in the beginning. Yeah, it didn't feel long at all, being 4DX, because for me, and honestly, and I know
it's a roller coaster.
I know it's a totally different experience, but I saw a Moana in 4DX 2 days prior, which I think that's why my body's killing me right now, my back.
Remember, I did back to back last month.
Yeah, it's actually noticeably sore from the punching parts in your back. But that one, now, obviously, I knew exactly what was going to happen in that movie. That one I felt so long, even in 4DX. But this, yes, and I was like, oh, this.
And how long was that?
2 hours. It was long. It was 2 hours with credits and everything. But so this one I had fun with it.
If you've read my online reviews, I do these on social media, TikTok, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. I'll give my original review there because I want to get to it while the thoughts are fresh. And I also lets me write it down so I remember it by the time we get here. So I know I can look back and go, oh yeah, that was my original thought.
Yeah.
Remember that one when we do the podcast. But yeah, you'll see that was one of my complaints, was like the movie feels 20 minutes too long. And I know like 90 minutes is the devil's run time. That's what everybody wants. That's the cut and dry. But really, to me, especially the first time through without the 4DX and just the whole really last 20 minutes of the movie, not just from a point of sitting too long, but also it felt tacked on from
that. I will agree. Yeah.
From a story perspective, and also because now it was like CGI.
Well,
and that was another thing too, because this
movie
and I don't want to get such a good job with practical effects through the whole thing.
The last 20 minutes.
To have the last 20 minutes,
I totally agree.
To have a lot of heavy CGI in the last 20 minutes was like, oh.
And it didn't have to, it could have ended before that. And I was
Does that count as a spoiler? Should we to say that the last 20 minutes is like very heavily CGI'd?
We're not getting
we're not giving details of the story away. But yes,
I will say, that I think it could have ended, and it would have been a great ending if it happened 20 minutes sooner. That's but we'll get into that when we get into spoilers.
It just felt like it was tacked on, and it also felt like it had to address certain themes of trauma that were running through the movie, because this is a modern horror movie, and every modern horror movie is based on trauma, of course, because that's what we do these days.
Yeah, but
we can't just have a family buy a house to like fix it up and flip it and discover these tapes. Nah, we have to have all this built-in trauma that comes with everything, because we feel like that's what makes characters interesting now, I guess. I don't know. Why can't we write characters without trauma anymore? Is it that we're also traumatized?
I don't know. I really want to get into that, because I think the actual trauma itself was needed to put somebody in a position where they didn't want to be. That's
I
but
understand
then
that part.
The whole, like I said,
but it was the pre-existing trauma
we needed
too
that
we got,
and then we
there was like multiple layers of trauma in this movie. You have some trauma that occurs in the movie, but there's also pre-existing trauma going on that we find out as the movie plays out. There was pre-existing trauma before all this, so it's just trauma on top of. There's like the trauma onion, and we're just peeling back the layers, and it all stinks.
That's okay. All right, there's a metaphor.
Yeah, like I really do miss the days where like it was just like college kids partying or something like that, and we just got a good movie like that. Like even that when they rebooted it, the original Evil Dead, it was like all about the drug addict. And I get it at the time. There's an opioid. Excuse me, there was an opioid, there is an opioid epidemic in America.
Go look at Kensington.
We have a drug problem here in America, so it's very, yeah. I mean, we don't talk about it as much anymore. Back then it was more talked about.
2013,
right.
Yeah.
So it made sense that it was in there, but...
So I understood. That one is scored like the lowest on Rotten Tomatoes, actually, but I liked it, yeah.
All right, well, let's get back to this. Florent Bernard, Sebastian Vanacek writing this one. I feel like we could start talking about Vanacek's directing as well, because I feel like
that would have been his choice for the Oner too, right?
Oh yeah. He's the one that decides to do the Oner. If you've seen the trailer for this, or the first teaser that came out, it showcased what's called a Oner. And a Oner is one continuous take without any cuts. Usually if you watch it, seamless, and a good editor can make cuts seem seamless. You don't even notice. So sometimes you'll watch a Oner and not even notice that there's no cuts. I watched the teaser and I was about halfway through it before I realized, wait a minute, we haven't cut yet. This is a fucking Oner.
I know, and I
Holy
love
shit.
It. It's so impressive because it takes such choreography and you have to, and you run it until
rehearsal. It's a really, and it's a thing of beauty when it fucking works.
There was a movie not that long ago that had a Oner, and I can't think of what it was.
We watched a bunch of them. Peacemaker had one.
I remember Peacemaker and Through the Window and stuff. And
that was like a cowboy switch. They did the cowboy switch.
Yes.
This one had multiple cowboy switches in it.
Multiple.
So here's your insider. Along with the Oner, I'm going to tell you what a cowboy switch is real quick. And this is your insight for the show.
Yes.
Your industry insider. So a cowboy switch, usually it's a stunt term, where a perfect example is if you've watched Peacemaker, there's a fight scene where John Cena is fighting a girl in his apartment that he brings home, and they start fighting in the living room, and he's in his underwear. And the fight goes through the doorway into his bedroom, but the camera doesn't go into the bedroom with him. The camera stays in the living room, and a couple seconds after the actors go into the bedroom and we lose sight of them, we hear some more tussling, and all of a sudden the stunt double, because it was really John Cena that we see in the fight scene in the his face is on camera, he's there. Mm-hmm. He goes into that, and his stunt double will come crashing through the wall in his place while John is tucked away, out of sight, and you don't see him.
Even though he probably could do it, you don't need
right. A cowboy switch is switching the stunt double in for the actor without cutting. So a lot of times you'll have a cut where the actor will jump in for a close-up, and then you'll cut to a wide where you'll see the stunt double from behind doing all the fight stuff, or a wig covering, so you don't see the stunt double's face, or even he's falling so his hands are in front of his face.
I was going to say, you've probably seen it a million times where somebody comes crashing down onto the ground, and then the actual actor jumps up from the ground.
Right. Yeah, somebody falls behind a couch. Yeah. They took a real big wreck, and then all of a sudden the other actor gets up from behind the couch like,
head spinning, birds around the head.
But that's what a cowboy switch is. And cowboys were the original stuntmen, hence the name Cowboy Switch.
Cowboy that I didn't actually know.
Well, a lot of
cowboy westerns,
right? Yeah, so the original stunt people were like all on westerns, because those were the action movies at the dawn of cinema, along with like Charlie Chaplin doing his stunts. all the kind of crazy train stuff.
So you had the actor waiting and not actually riding the horse, and you had the stunt guy running, and then they would switch
him out.
Switch him out.
Yes, but yeah, the technique originated back in those days, so hence the name Cowboy Switch. Okay. So there's your insider insight.
Yeah.
For the
thanks, Ronin.
For the episode. There we go.
I feel so much smarter.
All right, so let's check out. Sebastian Vanacek. And yes, they did the oneer there. There's multiple Cowboy Switches because they have multiple stunt doubles for the actor in this one scene because this thing plays around. Watch the teaser, you'll see what I'm saying, but there's multiple bodies being thrown. It's the same actor. Well, supposed to be the same character, I should say, but some of the stunts is the actor, and then some of the stunts is stunt double 1, and some of the stunts is stunt double 2.
Oh yeah, there was a couple.
Because these guys are on wires, some of them, to get yanked and thrown out of frame and all kinds of stuff, which it's really hard to do on the fly. So yes, they're pre-rigged and ready to go out of frame so that when they get there and hit their mark, boom, he comes flying in or out of frame. So, yeah, really good job with that. And there's some more scenes in there. That was the highlight of the movie for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Since we're talking about it and we're on this part of it, let's just... The camera work, the really creative camera work, the stunts, the really, there's some really great stunt work in here. So it all keeps you really engaged, especially in 4DX.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I'll just say right now, I have not moved as much as in any other movie than this one. So I strongly... yeah,
it was a good 4DX viewing.
Mm-hmm.
So
holding my drink like this.
Yeah. But yeah, Sebastian Vanacek obviously has a really good eye for action. I don't know what his background is in stunts or anything like that, but his directing resume is surprisingly short.
I know.
He's only got a few shorts that he's done, and he did one feature in 2023, which I actually saw and was really good.
Oh, you did?
Andrew reminded me that I saw this too, because I forgot. I couldn't remember what Vanacek had done before, but I knew he had done something I'd seen. It's called Infested, and it's a French spider infestation.
You watched that?
Oh yeah, that's what I said to Andrew. I was like, it's funny because I've watched all these spider horror movies and I have arachnophobia.
I wouldn't have seen it, right? Would I have seen it?
I don't know, because I think it's dubbed. I think I've watched it dubbed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't
sound
weird.
But yeah, it was very well directed, very creepy. I think I watched it. It came out around the same time the movie Itzy came out, which is another spider movie. They both kind of came out. Itzy was about a spider that grew big, where this one was about this spider just reproduced like crazy until there was a whole infestation.
What would you rather? Would you rather?
I'd rather fight a giant spider than the infestation. 100%.
Because there's
holy
so
shit.
many of them.
Yeah, man, no fucking way. I'd rather fight one gigantic ass spider than a fucking billion little ones. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. Unless I had a
Give me a kaiju spider over a million of them. Yeah.
Well, there you go. If you let us know what you think. Would you rather fight one really big spider or a million little ones? Leave some comments. All right. So yeah, Sebastian Vanacek. This is only his second feature, but I mean, directing, I thought he did a really solid job. I thought the direction was really good. All the camera work, the cinematography, the action design. There's some really creepy shots in here. There's a lot of shots that kind of pay homage to the original. You got a lot of setup shots, like the cabin. We all got that shot of the house. It's very similar. The only thing that was missing was a yellow Oldsmobile.
Exactly.
But yeah, and so his directing wasn't the problem, obviously. The writing, and I think this is where we talk about what you started to talk about. Like, he wants to do certain cool, cool things.
When I realized that, I was like, all right, I'm in. I don't care.
This was one of the one of my gripes that I always have with horror movies, especially modern horror movies, is characters make dumb decisions that either make no common sense or go against their pre-established character traits. So yeah, one of my usual complaints is that writers like to write characters into peril by making them do ridiculously uncommon sense or uncharacteristic things. Like they establish their character acts a one way and and then they react completely the opposite of what you would expect them to react, but it's so that they can put them in this situation that they just want to put them in.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, and it's very annoying when you have things like you're in a movie, and we've seen this in like Scream. I don't know how many times. Somebody's killing people. You guys know it. And there's two of yous stick together, but for some reason...
Even though you made the plan to stick together.
There's some reason to separate. Well, you wait here. Oh, the lights went out. You wait here. I'll check the breaker box. Do. Here comes the killer. You know it's coming now because he had to tell you. I mean, come on, man. That's just stupid. Why wouldn't you both go check the breaker box?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I know.
So stuff like that. Annoying. But the writer wants to have one character alone so that they could be chased by the ghost. We saw, Passenger was the one that they kept doing it in Passenger this year. Oh my God, that one drove me nuts because they kept sending the guy off for no reason, or let the girl walk out by the. They know they're being haunted, and yet she's going to walk off by herself.
They didn't know that she was being haunted. She did. Oh, I don't know.
So, at any rate, that's what drives me. That's one of my pet peeves about movies. So, this movie didn't do that, but it did have characters make some questionable decisions in order to put them into cool, like, action pieces.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that.
So as a stuntman, I mean, I'm a little bit more lenient.
Yeah.
Because it's for stunts. So
I'm not a stuntman, and I'm telling you, I was like, the movie did exactly what it was supposed to do. You had fun with it. You had fun with stunts and special effects and all the scary stuff. I don't need to know about your childhood everything, or I don't need a whole story to just have some fun with a movie like this. So but it wasn't like annoying, I feel like, with the writing, you know.
It was good enough because they would do something dumb, but then they would redeem themselves with a really cool action scene afterwards in a stunt piece. So that's the way I looked at it. You know, and at this point I'm kind of used to dumb character decisions. I'm sad to say it, but I mean, if I just hate every movie where a character makes a dumb decision, I'm not going to enjoy very many movies these days.
Exactly.
Because these writers tend to suck. Sorry, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Tend to suck.
Well, they usually do.
And I'm going to think that Bruce Campbell agrees with me. We're going to get to it. Hang in there. We're getting to that tidbit, folks, right after we get done with the cast.
All
Let's
right.
do the cast. Go ahead, Steph Infection, lay them on us.
What? I can't pronounce.
That's why I pass it on to you. Sahala
Yakub.
Yes. And she's a French actress.
Yeah, she was good. I don't know.
She was good enough, yeah.
Yeah.
And I recognize Hunter Dewin. He
was in Wednesday.
From Wednesday, yes. He was our Hyde.
Yes.
In Wednesday, season 1. But he was also in Daredevil Born Again. Interesting.
Oh, why didn't I remember that?
Yeah. And he's done a bunch of other things. He was pretty good.
The dad, he looked familiar.
The dad was pretty good. That was what's his name? I'm looking for him.
His name is
Errol Shand.
Yes.
Plays Edgar Price.
Errol Shand.
And he,
I don't recognize anything.
Well, his biggest things, the 12 miniseries. He was on the TV series Our Flag Means Death, that pirate show. Prince Ricky Baines for 3 episodes.
Never even heard of it.
Oh yeah, it was like an HBO Max pirate show.
That's why I never heard of it.
Okay. I never watched it, but I've heard of it.
I didn't have. I've never really had HBO. So.
He hasn't really done any like horror stuff before, so this would be.
And there's
his first.
I mean, we know this isn't really. We know it's an Evil Dead movie, but so I'm not really. It's not a spoiler, but when it was Creepy Time, he did.
Oh
Creepy Time.
He
good.
did Creepy Time, good.
Yeah.
Sure. Maud Davey plays Polly. She looks way younger in this IMDb picture than she did as Grandma.
They probably had a lot of special effects. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she has a really old headshot on her IMDb page.
No, that's her. Nope, that's her. I think.
She could have old I don't know. Some people do put old pictures up, but
now I'm gonna look her up.
Yeah, I mean, the acting was all pretty good. It was good enough for what it was given.
Yep, yeah, she's in her 60s. She's 61.
Okay. Well, she looks like she's 80 in the movie.
But that's what I mean. That was it was all prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah. So she's actually younger.
Yeah, probably because she had to make some movements that were younger than. Yeah, they do that a lot.
All right, so let's also talk about Greta Vandenbrink because she's
so
an actress,
and she is the same girl from
the same girl.
Mm-hmm, from the
question. She played Jessica. Oh no, I'm sorry. She was not the same actress. She was the stunt double for the actress.
Oh, I just meant the character.
She's playing the character, but so no, she's listed as stunt double Jessica as well. Yes, she's only listed as Jessica in Evil Dead Burn. If you look at her IMDb, she's only listed as Jessica in Evil Dead Burn.
Oh, so she is the.
She is listed as stunt double for Jessica.
Probably because she had all the prosthetics and stuff on. You didn't have to look exactly like.
Yeah. Well, the Deado. She was the actress as the Deado, and that's why.
Yes.
That's another time-saving thing. Is if you get a stunt double that looks a lot like your actress, they could go get the prosthetics and stuff on while your actress is doing their scenes, and you don't have to waste hours of production time. Having your real actress go into all that prosthetics to do your next scenes. You can have the stunt double in the prosthetics ready to go. So yes, and that's very cool. They brought in the stunt double to play that scene. I knew it was the same character, but with the prosthetics and stuff on, it's hard to see.
Okay, so this is who played our original, Anna Marie Thomas.
Okay, Anna Marie Thomas plays her in the original Evil Dead Rise. Very cool.
Yeah, now I look at them, they really don't look that much alike, but I mean...
No, but Greta Vandenbrink does an excellent job of being creepy. She can act.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a stunt woman who can act. She's from New Zealand, so and that's where they must have flown her into France because the other one was shot in New Zealand, and she's a New Zealand actress and stunt person. So they brought her in because they were like, let's. It might have been too much to bring the actual actress in.
Probably not far at all either.
Oh yeah, it could have been closer too.
Yeah.
To bring her in. So very interesting stuff with this one. Very interesting. All right, so yeah, she did a really good job. I felt like the cast all did really well with what they had to work with. I will say that. All right, let's do our. Before I get to the Bruce Campbell stuff, which, coming up, don't go anywhere, Boo Believers. I'm going to give you the skinny on why this movie played a part into Bruce Campbell's decisions recently to kind of just be a producer on these movies from now on and kind of hands off. So we'll get to it. But first, let's do our Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, so... I think, from my understanding, I mean, it did just come out, but it's the Rotten Tomatoes tomatometer is going down every day.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the first day it was a 94%, and now it's at a 71%. But there are a lot of high scores in there. It's just, I guess, and our popcorn meter is 82% with the audience. So.
All right. Well. I will just say, let's give our scores now since we just gave Rotten Tomatoes. I'm right on there with the tomatometer. I'm at a 7. I felt like, and I 2D and in 4DX, I really enjoyed it both times. Seeing it a second time didn't diminish anything for me. It actually might have helped it because the ending was a little more, I was a little more awake and kind of into the ending because I was bouncing around in my seat. Rather than just, realizing that I was getting 20 minutes of CGI and wrapping up the trauma. But I'm at a 7.
I think I would say the same thing too, just because I had so much fun with it. But
it was a lot of fun, but there were some issues with the writing.
But it was just like a fun movie. So if I'm not looking for... Like when I think of scoring something a 9 or a 10, like it has to be the whole package. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just
a fun. It's a fun watch. It's a fun, but 7 out of 10 because I enjoyed it, but yeah, it's not going to be perfect.
No, but it's definitely it definitely it's in my top 10 of the year so far. I reshuffled my top 10 and I did it right before we saw this, and then I saw this and gave it the score, and I was like, oh wow, this is actually I think number 6 now on my
all right.
10,
I don't even I gotta figure mine out.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Again, mostly because of the stunts and stuff. There were some dark comedic lines. There was some funny stuff. The grandmom was funny in parts.
Oh, she was the only. Yeah, she was the only. She was funny.
Yeah. So I mean, but again, like we said at the top, or we started to say at the top, if you were a fan of 1 over 2 or 2 over 1 of the originals, then you're going to feel a certain way about this, because this is more in line with the number 1 original Evil Dead, straight horror, little bit of dark comedy, but none of that slapstick stuff. So if you're going in and that's what you want, and you're one of these modern moviegoers and horror fans that loves just mean-spirited gore and cringe, you're going to absolutely love this one. You'll really enjoy it. If you're the other fan of Evil Dead 2, where you really enjoy the slapstick and the comedy and the nonsense and ridiculousness,
that's not this one.
The Bruce Campbellness of it, that's not this. You might come out thinking, that one wasn't for me as much. But I mean, I like both, so I can totally. I might have enjoyed. I enjoy the slapstick more, but I can enjoy this one as well. I do feel like, I'm not as big a fan of these modern movies just being all about the gore, heavy on the mean spirit, light on story. It just feels like nowadays, instead of crafting a story, everything is about trauma. That's the crutch for your script, and you're just filling time with gore and mean-spiritedness for shock value a lot of the time. And just throwing some Hollywood tropes at us, because that's what this movie really at its core felt like. It was just like a generic, house, haunted cabin, except it was a very generic by the numbers movie, but the execution is what elevated it.
Exactly.
The special effects, the camera work, the stunts, the practical effects for the first 90 minutes of the movie. That is what elevates this movie. It is not the writing by any means.
I know. I think we've kind of said that multiple times. So you gotta just go into it,
So we're both at a 7.
Yeah. I think 7's.
So now we're going to jump to our Bruce Campbell info. And I had heard rumblings of this. And again, this is going to, when we talk about story, I got to think that Bruce is going to be on the same page with us. So this was about 4 months ago. Bruce Campbell decided to step back from Evil Dead franchise after Evil Dead Burn pitch meeting. And I had heard this a while ago, and I didn't realize that it was Evil Dead Burn was the movie they were talking about. He had come out and said he had meetings with guys, and he was, I want to find the quote. There was a quote that he had. I got tired of arguing points with someone who's 26 years old about story and structure and all that sort of stuff, and what matters and what doesn't matter. So I just found out it's way better to just step back.
That sounds like you.
It absolutely does. Me and Bruce are cut from the same cloth. So, yes. The quote originates from a story Campbell shared about a pitch meeting for Evil Dead Burn, later known as Evil Dead Rise, where a young director brought in a treatment constantly and received extensive notes. No, this was actually on Evil Dead Burn. This isn't. I think this was AI getting it. AI overview, because
probably. I was like, what?
Here's where we had. This was the actual quote.
Because he's still.
We had a couple of meeting. We had a meeting a couple of years ago, and the French director of Evil Dead Burn was there to experience his first script development meeting, Campbell recalled. He turned in a 10-page treatment to say, here's my rough idea, here's what I'm thinking A to Z, and I think he got 20 pages of notes back.
Wow.
After that, Campbell said he told Raimi and Rob Tappert of his decision to step back from the producer's duties on the film. So,
but he's still listed as a producer.
Oh, yeah, he's still a producer, but he doesn't want to be hands-on.
Yeah.
I read quotes with him. He's like, yeah, guys, take me out of the email loops.
Okay,
Take me out of this.
Because if you're not going to take my...
Right. He's investing money. His money's there to help produce the movies the same way Sam's is, but he doesn't want to deal with these young directors anymore who are all about shock value and all about cringe and gore and extreme gore and making the audience uncomfortable, and they don't give a shit about story or character arcs or character development or even characterization, because the characterization goes all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
and he's basically teaching them at that point when they're it's just supposed to be their job. So
they should already know this stuff. They should already
that's
know
the impression
coming
I got
out
from
of film school.
Yeah.
How, the structure, character arc, your hero's journey, all that kind of stuff, but we don't get it in any of these new movies. And again, look, I'm going to sound like old man yelling at clouds for a minute, but
a minute.
this is what you get when you turn to YouTube creators for your movie making instead of actual filmmakers, because YouTube creators create content for clicks. They create content, sensationalized content, to draw eyes. And that's what, and the studios are realizing that also draws money. So the studios don't care about structure at all. Like, I get Bruce's point. Bruce also needs to direct some of this at the studios in Hollywood that constantly fund this and allow this and churn out these writers that just turn out bullshit, low quality slop.
I mean, we've seen a few this year that we went and looked at the writers, and it's like their first thing, first thing.
Studios just love grabbing a guy fresh out or girl fresh out of the fucking college who's going to work for nothing
and
develop a script for nothing and follow all their guidelines and check all the boxes off the family trauma, check. The extreme gore, check. YouTube creator, check.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now. That's what those are Hollywood's boxes.
Yes.
All right, enough ranting. The last thing I'm going to say before we get to spoilers, a warning for those of you who are sensitive about animal death on screen. There is a dog in this movie, and the dog does not live.
Well, no, but
I'm not going to spoil it.
Well,
but there is some violence to animals in this movie.
I will say it's not on screen.
I didn't watch it both times. I knew it was coming. That'll be the other thing I will say. The movie isn't scary. Because this lends to with the dog violence, you knew it was coming. It was telegraphed so far away that I knew it was coming, and I was able to close my eyes and just kind of hum to myself so I couldn't hear what was happening either. And I didn't have to witness the animal violence because I don't enjoy that. I think that can be done off camera, hinted.
I will say it was like you. There's 3 moments, and it's almost like if you were to do something, you just flash at certain points.
Yeah, we don't have to get into what it was, but it's there. So be aware.
I mean, you see a little bit.
So yes, if that's something that you are sensitive about. But that was another problem with the movie, not really being scary. Every time anything was going to happen, it was so telegraphed ahead of time that you knew it was coming. I mean, it was so obvious that it was coming. But here it comes, and there it is.
Yeah, but
and then it was just all about graphic violence.
Exactly, and then you're still squeamish and going.
Yeah. But again, I don't find that stuff. I mean, we've been so desensitized to graphic violence. I don't find that scary anymore.
I do.
I find it interesting for the sake of how realistic can they make it look, because I know this is all fake kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy the technical aspect of it all because it's cool to know that, man, that is some gruesome looking shit and somebody made that by hand. Like,
you're definitely desensitized because it still gets me. I still have to hold my ears, like, especially like jump scares. They get me every freaking time. I will always. I don't know. I'm deathly afraid. It's probably my anxiety.
Well, I didn't feel like this had any jump scares in it.
No, it didn't actually.
Yeah,
this one's
that's what I mean. Like all the scares you can see, anything that was supposed to be quote unquote scary or horror, was very telegraphed.
If they did
early telegraph
jump scares, it wouldn't have felt like
we got some in other movies though. We've had them. We've had some
for the Evil Dead ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I don't know.
All right. Well, let's move on. This is it, folks. This is the point because we're going long. We want to wrap this up soon. So we're going to go through the plot next and go through our spoilers quickly and discuss some of the things we liked and didn't like. So
yes. All right.
At this point, Steph Infection will have to pass me the shovel so we can...
I'll put my coffee down.
Dig deeper!
I don't know why I keep handing it to you. You just pour dirt on me.
Digging deeper.
We're back, Boo Believers. Digging deeper. If you haven't seen Evil Dead Burn and you don't want anything spoiled, now's the time to pause the podcast, go check out the movie, then listen to us on the ride home from the theater and see if you line up with our takes that are coming your way now. All right, let's get into it. Excuse me. Here we go. And if you want to follow along, this is on Wikipedia. At his family lake house, Joseph Price researches his late grandfather Benjamin's studies about the Necronomicon and Deadites. He uncovers the Kandarian dagger, which Benjamin claims can destroy Deadites. His discovery attracts Deadite Jessica, who, well, let's pause there. The opening scene, I loved. I thought this was a really good way to start the movie off. We start with a old school reel-to-reel tape recorder being turned on, classic Evil Dead, and the tape starts playing, and it is Joseph's grandfather. We learn that he is a, what was it, Men of Wisdom? Is that what they're called?
Wise men.
Wise
Circle
men?
of
Circle of Wise Men. The Circle of Wise Men, yes.
That's
So this was like, I thought this was like probably the best written part of the movie, the way they worked Sam Raimi's lore in, because... and you pointed this out too. When we see the tapes actually sitting, there are the one tape, and we haven't researched it, but
I can't find it.
yeah, we suspect that the one tape that says "Do not play,"
because they zoom in on it.
They zoom in on it in Evil Dead Burn. We think it's the same tape from the original movie. We're going to research it deeper, and we'll do a video if we dig it up.
Yeah, because
we're
I
going to watch the movie again and find out.
But I just looked at images real quick before we started, and it's just him playing on the tapes. Like I can't find one.
We'll watch the movie and we'll see if it's in there, because I feel like, and at least one of the movies must have had it.
Exactly.
I feel like they went out of their way to show that they're like an Easter egg. So, and there's a ton of Easter eggs in this movie. But, yeah, the idea is that Joseph's grandfather, Benjamin, was one of these Circle of Wise Men, who also are original tape player.
They were
from the original when they went to the cabin in with Ash and everybody, the original Evil Dead 1. That guy was probably also, it's never said in that movie, but he was also, because he's like a researcher, archaeologist, he was also probably a Circle of Wise Men member as well, which is why this is kind of tied together. So it's a very good way to kind of set this up and get the ball rolling quick. So I really appreciated that. So he discovers the Kandarian dagger. His discovery attracts Deadite Jessica, who is our Evil Dead Rise lake girl.
The one, the blood went into her and then she killed her boyfriend.
So she murders a pair of fishermen before making her way towards Joseph.
Oh, and
this was a great scene.
Oh my God, when all the fish hooks go into his face.
Yeah.
I could not watch. Oh my God, it hurt. It hurt my face.
Yeah, that was, you have the fish hooks, you have the fishing line, and this is always like anytime I've been fishing, that's a fear of mine too. Just getting a hook stuck somewhere, a random hook, getting hooked.
Well, somebody going back, I've had like.
Also, let's not forget that this is something that was used in Hellraiser. They had the fish hook stuff. There's a lot of hook stuff in Hellraiser too, so we've been through that. So this was very reminiscent of Hellraiser too, with the face hooks and the pulling of the skin. Cool.
Excuse me.
Cool opening scene. All right, so Joseph's brother Will. We meet Joseph's brother. Well, we see Jessica then walk out into the road and get hit by a car.
Well, yeah.
And it cuts on the hit.
Yes.
Then we cut to meeting Joseph, his brother Will, who gets into a fight with his wife Alice, and they're at Joseph's birthday party, and there's all kinds of. We know right away that the older brother and his girlfriend don't get along. They fight all the time. And of course,
no, they were married.
Well, I'm sorry, the married couple.
Well, he was very abusive, and you got that right away.
Yeah, and there's one thing we'll point out. I probably should have mentioned this in the spoiler-free section, but again, this is a French movie, so the French girl is our lead, and she's like the only good character, the only like the only good like qualities. She's the only character with good qualities in the movie. The family are just all despicable pieces of shit. Like every one of them. The other girl's good too. I felt bad for, but actually, it's more like
the brother was a coward, but he was
that's
more
still
nice.
shitty. Did you like we'll get to it, but
oh yeah,
your dad is stabbing the shit out of your girlfriend, and you're not gonna shoot him? He's obviously possessed. There's some shit going on. She's saying shoot him, and you're a fucking pussy and you run away. Oh man, I wanted to kill him when he ran away.
I know. Oh yeah, I know.
Man, that had like Bear vibes again. I was like, ooh, this motherfucker.
I know. But they were really
but they went out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just made the Americans all shit. Like all the Americans in the movie are shit heels. They're just complete shit heels. And I can't even argue it right now because look at our fucking country. I can't even argue it with everything that's going on. All right, no offense to anybody's political fucking stance, but shit sucks right now, and we're like the enemies of the world.
All right. Well, the Americans are shitty in general.
I am not surprised that this is how we are being portrayed in a French movie. But yes, lots of problems and wanting to be the perfect. This family is like the perfect metaphor for America, where they want to put on the appearances of the perfect family. Meanwhile, it's nothing but fucking chaos and trauma and fucking shit underneath. It's fucking great metaphor. I don't know if that was intentional, but there you go. Let's see. So yes, Joseph's brother Will gets in the fight. He hits Jessica. That was like that car accident.
So before you say it, you mentioned earlier yellow Oldsmobile. Wasn't his car yellow? Wasn't it?
I thought it wasn't was it bright yellow? I thought it was like one of those like purplish Challengers or something. I don't know. We'll have to go and check. I don't remember now. Good point.
I'm like, unless I'm misremembering.
You should like Google and see if they have a list of all the Easter eggs in Evil Dead Burn, so we can call them out.
Okay.
And I'll keep going here. So yes, during the crash, which was awesome in 4DX, that shit was flipping us everywhere.
I have never, ever.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. So yes, the car wreck happens. And that was a fun scene too, where the head falls off and rolls over him and out, and then starts saying the words, and then the car catches on fire. And she recites the passages from the Necronomicon, passes the Deadite possession to will through fire, and that's why it's called Evil Dead Burn, because the fire is what. And again, we'll have heat references later in the house, and fire at the end of the movie, and all that kind of stuff too. So lots of burning. So, all right, sometime later, Alice, Joseph, his girlfriend Thea, his parents Susan and Edgar, and grandmother Polly reunite for Will's cremation. Alice struggles to bond with Susan and Edgar, who blame her for the crash. After the service, Edgar privately visits Will's coffin before he's cremated. Will's Deadite-possessed corpse breaks out of the coffin, burns Edgar, and kills the cremator. Not exactly what happened. It knocks on the thing. Fun scene. I knew it was coming though. Like the first knock, I was like, "Man, that's in the coffin." And he walked to the door, and I was just like, "What are you even doing, dude? It's in the coffin."
Well, you're not gonna think that the father is not gonna just automatically go, "Oh, it must be my dead son."
I don't know. You could was it a ventriloquist thing? Like, why would you? You're standing right next to the coffin. You can't think that Look, man, you can't tell
heard you hear
if I knock, if you're standing here next to the table and I knock on this table and I go knock on that door over there, you're not going to be able to tell the difference?
That's not the point. I know, but this is something. No, not if you're. If you're by yourself, right, you would not. You would just go, wait a minute, is that over there?
All right. Anyway, yeah, the whole cremation scene, it was good enough, but we finally see our Will, who is a CGI burnt body to a crisp with some molten lava kind of inside him, I guess.
And the thing that drove me crazy with this is that he was still like on fire throughout the movie, and as if I don't know, the Deadites usually don't like they start to like.
I guess because he died in flame, it keeps the molten lava inside of him.
Though
I don't know.
That's what I didn't like. If he looked just like a dead crisp Deadite, that would have been more realistic for this movie. It just was, he was like Vecna. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. My question was, what took him so long to get back to the house? I guess he walked while they all drove. He walked all the way back on fire.
Wait, what do you mean?
So he rises from the crematorium. He's at the
Yes.
crematorium.
Yeah.
The family left the crematorium and goes back to the house.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the shit starts happening.
Yeah.
All the shit goes down. And at the end of the movie, he walks in.
Yeah, he probably walked.
So he walked there on fire the whole way. Nobody spotted him.
Nope.
He just walked all the way there.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably just like a mile down
It's
the
a good
road.
thing he got there just in time as she was leaving after killing everybody else too.
He could have been hiding.
He could have been just watching and seeing what she did, whatever. I don't know. And that whole thing with there was like this whole like underlying thing of everybody kept telling her that she liked being abused. What the fuck was that about?
The Deadites.
I know, but like
That's the whole point. They fuck with your head.
I know.
What do you mean? That's exactly what they do.
But
They make.
I don't know. That's just.
They do it in every Evil Dead movie where they say.
I guess.
They say what you know.
I guess you liked being abused.
Yeah.
That seemed a little fucking weird to me. Whatever.
I don't know. It would make sense for
It's a bit
demons to
cringe.
say that. Yeah.
I'm sure
Well,
they'd come up with something else.
demons from hell don't really care what's cringe in 2026.
I guess. Filmmakers do. All right, so Will kills Edgar, burns Edgar, kills the cremator. Family return to the lake house where Edgar slowly succumbs to the possession. During a tense family dinner, Edgar stabs the family dog Max to death and collapses. Joseph and Thaya attempt to drive him to the hospital, but he murders Thaya after mutilating her fingers and causes the car to crash while Joseph flees.
This whole scene too. It was like,
Yeah, I mean, this was like, there was always, like, this is what I mean. Like, so we had some stuff and we got to get to this, this fucking set piece. Like, I don't know. I like the sit up and I liked all that stuff, but the whole thing with like the cowardly son and he's not, like, why would you not defend I get it, you're a coward, but damn, dude, that's why you got a gun. Shoot that motherfucker.
I know.
I know it's your dad, but he's obviously possessed. Even if you just shoot him in the fucking shoulder.
I know.
So that he can't keep stabbing your girlfriend. You don't have to shoot him in the head. Even if you don't want to kill, I get it. You don't realize he's possessed yet. But dude, like, you bought a gun. They say earlier, yeah, it's Joseph's gun. He's a badass now. I assume you've practiced with it. You didn't just buy it and stick it in the glove compartment and never fucking use it.
Knowing him in this movie, he probably did.
I just find this ridiculous. And again, that's another like commentary on Americans and their guns.
See, I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
You don't pick up on this stuff?
No,
you
because
don't, because the French hate guns. The French hate Americans. They hate our gun culture. That was a commentary on our gun culture.
Okay, that's fine.
That's literally like political commentary on our gun culture. This is like.
I think this was used for him to like. They wanted to build him like some type of growth from being a coward, and all of a sudden at the end he gets that lamp. Remember the lamp, and he to hit the dead in the head or something.
Well, his girlfriend.
Yeah, and bashes her head.
Yeah, he's a real tough guy with a woman.
That's what I mean.
Like, when it comes to his dad.
I was like, is this an attempt to be like a character arc? And then like it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it struck me as, man, okay, you're real tough against a girl.
Yeah. Well, either way,
You're gonna bash your girlfriend's brains in, but you wouldn't even maim your dad. What
I
the
know.
fuck?
I know.
I hate this motherfucker. He's in bear level.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So yeah, that scene was fun though. I mean, and again, I feel
fingers,
like the fingers was cool, and then the headrest.
Oh,
this is where we get the headrest.
Yeah.
So if you've seen the trailer, that was like the scene where she walks in. So that's where we get after this. So after this crash, Joseph arrives at the house when wait, where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, we forgot something.
What's that?
At the house, Alice. Oh, because Alice and the mom bury the dog.
Oh yeah.
And she stumbles upon Benjamin's research
Yes.
and nearly reads from the Necronomicon.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Before she gets attacked by the possessed Max.
Yeah, she reads like
So
three
she
of
reads
them.
3 of the 4 words, and then just as she's about to read the 4th, and that was a fun little bit.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. That was nice to have. She's like, no, fuck this.
Yeah.
And then the dog jumps through the window. The fucking evil was already there anyway.
Exactly.
Which was cool because they did the whole thing. I like that. Yes, you got the whole, as she's reading each word, You got that classic Evil Dead POV of the evil making its way towards her. And you think, it was a good red herring too, because you don't think it's the dog. They buried the dog.
You thought it was
and you're thinking it's the evil. And then so when she says, oh, fuck this, you think, oh, okay. But nope, it's the fucking dog jumping through the window. That was the one jump scare, I will say. That was a pretty well done.
We knew something was going to happen, but it wasn't.
Well, when she says fuck this and shuts the book, you feel like nothing's going to happen now. She just stopped it from happening.
Yeah.
But that's not what happens.
Like,
then the dog really does jump through the window and you realize, oh, it wasn't the evil, it was the dog. Well, I mean, it was, but the evil was in the dog the whole time and it's already out.
Yeah.
Like there's no reading the words, it's already out.
Yeah, exactly. They already came.
All right. So she's attacked by possessed Max, who she's forced to kill again, supposedly, because she kills him again at the end of the movie. Joseph arrives at the house when Thaya suddenly appears, now also a Deadite. This was a good scene. She comes in, does the whole push the thing out, drops to the ground.
That's in the trailer too.
Yeah, that was fun. The whole like drinking the candle thing I could have done without. Like, again, like she comes in and toasts to your perfect family and drinks from the candle. I'm like, what the fuck was this even like?
It was hard.
I don't know. Okay, whatever. And then you can't talk because you got to because the wax would harden up in your throat and you wouldn't be able to speak. So, physics, I don't know. Fuck physics. It's movie physics. I was cool with the whole coming in and do the whole thing, but then I was just like, why are we doing it? Okay, whatever. We're just trying to make people go, eh.
Because they don't care about hurting themselmes.
Well, this bodies. Is, I guess. But again, this is where I think Bruce was in the fucking meeting. He's like, wait, why is he doing this? and the dude was like, and the director was like, oh, because we want to gross out the audience.
Oh God,
like my French accent.
I have heard it before.
We want to gross him out.
Yeah, they needed that little toast moment, you know. I think.
Man. I guess. Yeah, it's all a little weird for me. All right, so the family winds up locking Thaya in the basement. They try to flee, but they retreat when Edgar and Max confront them because Max did not die before. While the others barricade the house, Thaya tricks Polly into letting her out. Now, again, here's another one of those poorly written moments where they did it again with Thaya locked up, and we have Polly in the wheelchair who has dementia.
Oh my God.
And her mother are outside of where Thaya is locked up. They've locked her in there. And something happens.
And they didn't even put anything in front of that door either.
No, they just deadbolted the door and we're like, okay, cool, we're good. And then Mom hears something, oh yeah, and leaves. Demented grandmom just sitting there by herself in front of the door. Like, wouldn't you take demented grandmom with you? There is an evil possessed person in your house and your grandmother has dementia, your mother has dementia, and is unpredictable.
We needed her to go over towards the door.
Well, yeah, I mean, and again, this is what I meant by this stuff was annoying, so telegraphed. As soon as that scene happened and the mother walked away, every person in the theater knew Grandma was opening that door.
And we all were like, oh no.
And we were all just like, here it comes. We didn't even. It didn't even take for her to start knocking on the door and breaking it. I just knew it was coming because as soon as she walked away, I was like, oh, there's our let's split up for this scene. Yeah. Because we have to have action somehow. So there it was. There was our let's split up. And of course, yep, Thaya tricks Polly into letting her out. Thaya brutally attacks the entire family, trying to track down the dagger. Joseph eventually manages to overpower and kills Thaya by smashing her head in. Now this is after we got the dishwasher scene. So Thaya gets him in the dishwasher. He's got
my God, which
boom, and that one hurt.
I'm like, especially because they put the skewers in.
Okay, so I just comment on the skewers. Number one, Number one, of course they had shish kebabs.
Of course,
Why didn't we see any shish kebabs at the dinner table? Why was the only thing that was dished out at the dinner table mashed potatoes? So Deadite Dad could eat them and talk with his mouth full and gross us out. It was so uncalled for. This is what I mean. Like, why are you writing this stuff just to be gross? It has nothing to do with the plot whatsoever. And the fact that we didn't see shish kebabs at the dinner table, but then all of a sudden, she's got all of the knives and everything else facing up, of course, and she's angrily cleaning like a dozen shish kebabs to also put in there because we don't have enough sharp objects in the open fucking, and she doesn't even shut it either. She doesn't shut the dishwasher. It's opening out because you have to set it up so you can fall on it later and have that awesome scene.
Which, why would you ever do that? If you had
because
children,
it's all about the awesome scene. That's what it's all about.
If you've ever had children, which she obviously had too, you would never do that.
And let's not forget that she babies little Joseph. That's another ongoing theme here. Joseph is totally a baby. Yeah. That's why he's a coward and such a little pussy all the time. So obviously, the older son was the dad's son, and Joseph was mommy's little boy, and he was pampered and all that shit. So you don't think this bitch was shutting the goddamn rack all the time? I mean, come on!
I will say, I do think they showed us the table of food in the beginning.
And there were shish kebabs? I'm going to have to go and check, because again, the only item of food
that you remember.
I remember. I'm sorry, there were two, because she was eating like a breaded. Remember? Because they had the whole thing about, you don't know the difference between frozen and fresh. She was eating like a breaded fish cake or something, I guess.
Yeah,
like
I know what it was.
Like a fish stick, a frozen fish stick or something.
Yeah.
So I saw that, and I saw a shitload of mashed potatoes slopped onto Dad's plate for him to get all over his face while he was talking with his mouth full. Because that's what we do.
Well, she had just put that one thing down to him and handed to him, and he started eating it.
And I never saw a shish kebab. So if somebody saw a shish kebab, surely comment. But of course, she had to put more shish kebabs in it because we don't have enough sharp objects in it. That's what I mean by come on, man. You're just like, that's like some try-hard shit where it's so obvious that you are going above and beyond.
The forks would have been enough, and the knives, like regular.
Right, exactly. Forks and knives are enough.
Yeah, just for that feeling.
All right. But that's when I get mad at the writing, man. All right, so yes, and of course the pussy decides not to be a pussy anymore when it comes to smashing his girlfriend's face in with the fucking washing door, the door to the dishwasher.
I know, over and over and over.
All of a sudden he was real fucking
tough.
Real tough then.
I know, which...
All right, so let's get to this gross part. So now we have Polly possessed by the Deadite after her encounter with Thaya, where Thaya takes out her dentures.
Oh, God.
French kisses the shit out of the dentures and then puts them back in Polly's mouth. Because that's the best way to possess, like, he literally must have sat there and thought to himself, what's the grossest way we could possess Grandma? That's it. Let's have Thaya lick her dentures and put them back in her mouth. Come on, man.
I mean, we all squeak.
I guess you guys like that stuff.
Crap.
I guess that's what kids like these days.
Ugh,
that's what they want to see. All right, so then we have the sit-up scene where she puts Mom to bed. That was creepy. That was a little bit of a jump scare where she sits up as she's walking away, and then next thing you know, she's standing up.
Oh, that was...
But then Mom goes in for a hug. Mom is literally the dumbest character in horror.
Like, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to have this mom that wants desperately her whole family to be like it used to be.
Well, no. Well, yes, that. But in this particular scene, remember, the mom has dementia and has been calling her by her dead sister's name the entire movie. Yeah. And at this point, it's the first time in the whole movie she calls her Susan, her real name.
I remember that, yeah.
So that was her
like,
coming to Jesus moment or whatever, where she decides to go hug her. But I'm sorry, when you turn around and your mother, who can't stand, who is in a wheelchair, is standing in the bed with the sheet on her completely, like Jesus posing out, looking like a fucking ghoul from Scooby-Doo.
He did.
And you're going to go in for a hug? I mean,
that's why.
Holy shit, this is some dumb shit.
People would not, but I guess if you're that desperate for...
She must have been really desperate for a hug. Holy shit.
For her mom to remember her.
Oh my God.
I get what they, you have her take care of her for her whole life. And I don't know.
Yeah, that was rough. All right. So then grandmom says, she pulls the thing off slowly and sees that she's a deadite.
I know.
And still doesn't leave. Because mom's talking now. There's going to be a family again. Go ahead over there, and you hear some scratching at the window. She goes over. There's dead dad with 3 holes in his fucking head because he blew his brains out 3 different ways in front of the family for some reason. He's got blood everywhere because, instead of shooting the family like I would think a dead, we skipped that scene because it was
sorry
so dumb.
if you came up to the window.
Sorry. If you had blood dripping, I'm not kissing you. And especially not like that deep French kissing shit that they were doing. I mean, talk about intentionally making you gross the fuck out. I mean, this was just like, this was the point of the movie. Let's be gross. I get it. Sam Raimi is gross, but at the same time, like, there was comedy in there that added levity, so you would balance it. This has no balance. This is gross and mean. And the combination, like I said multiple times, if it wasn't for the stunts and camera work elevating this, man,
this movie
might have been in trouble.
It's just the gross. That's what I mean. I go into this just to be grossed out and just to have fun. Like,
I get it. I would have had more fun though with some, like, the balance of that slapstick. I think that's why Evil Dead 2 works so well, because there were better special effects in it, but and it is extreme gore, and they do a lot of gross stuff. There is gross stuff in Evil Dead 2, just like 1, but 2 goes. This is where Raimi really polished his chops. Was 2. And really came into his style. Mm-hmm. And, it was the balance of that, kind of slapsticky, Looney Tunes, Three Stooges. He loved the Three Stooges girl. That balance with the extreme gore and over the top grossness that, you would cringe 1 minute and be cracking up the next minute. And that made it fun.
Yeah.
With this, it's just like, man, this dude's mean. Oh, and that's gross. That's your go-to. Oh, and that was stupid. Why'd they do that? There's the other.
Exactly. Yeah. She just, the mom just, I had so many.
All right, so he kisses Susan, and they have this big long kiss. Oh, you haven't kissed me like that forever. Ooh, she's hot to trot for the dead-o daddy.
I mean, I would hope not.
So then they come to some kind of agreement, right?
Yeah.
And then mom comes downstairs, and Joseph's down there after killing his fucking girlfriend, and she's like, "Oh yeah, Joseph, it's okay. Don't freak out. We're gonna all be together again." Like, trying to talk him into this shit. But then. Was it Edgar attacks the family? He comes down and he's like, "Yeah, fuck this, I'm killing everybody." Rah! And she's like, "No, Edgar, you promised." The deado promised.
That's what I mean. She just drove me crazy in this moment. And I get it. Well,
that's what makes it unbelievable for me. I'm just like, I don't buy this at all. You promised. Motherfucker, he has 3 holes in his head. 3 big gaping holes in his head. You think he's going to keep a promise?
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was so dumb. Oh, God. All right. So, yes, attacks the family, breaks the promise. Alice hides during the cast. This is when we get our Wonder. This was when the Wonder happened. And again, awesome stuff. We don't need to cover the Wonder again. We've talked about it. Go watch it. The cowboy switches in it, the multiple doubles, there's wire work, the breakaways from the set department. Special effects, there's some small explosions that happen, breakaway bookcases, there's multiple doubles for cowboy switches, just really, really beautifully shot, designed action piece. And that's when this movie really shines, is when those tense long now. And there was another one, there was a top down one when what's her name first attacks, Thaya first tries to kill everybody, and they have the 3 of them are wrestling with her.
It's like
a top down looking down. Yep. And that's
that
all cool. Kind of following as it moves through the hallway a little bit.
Yeah.
We got and the other one with the bathtub scene that we haven't even got to yet, where the camera's is rotating. Around as they're going up onto the wall, and then they get to the one spot, and then it rotates, and you realize, oh, we're on the fucking ceiling, and she's being hung by the shower curtain right now.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
was really, really creative. That was really good.
Cool.
And those are the kind of things that kept me in this movie. That's what kept me in there, because there were parts taking me out, but we would get to these shortly after, like when the mom does the French kissing, but then we get to, you know, the oneer. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm back in for the oneer, 100%.
I know you're being hard on like those moments with but all that creepy stuff, it all just adds to it. You know, you have to have that little bit of filler.
I understand, but it should make more sense. It should be more cohesive. That's all, man. It just seems lazy when you don't want to, you're setting up certain things, but then you're not abiding by them. Like, follow your own rules and make your characters stick to the character that you give them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't, it's just, you know, there were certain times, and like, all right, we'll keep it moving. All right, so let's see. Where are we at? Oh, yes. Edgar attacks family, breaking the promise. Alice hides during the chaos, and she has flashbacks of being abused by Will during their marriage. So this is when we see she's hearing the beatings going on outside. Trauma time, flashbacks. We get the whole pre-movie trauma that I was talking about early, where we had the layers of trauma onion, and this is the hinted at trauma. There's the movie trauma of Will dying at the opening of the movie that the family all experiences. But you know, come to find out that there was the pre-movie trauma of Will beating his wife and the family knowing that he had this fucking problem and then looking the other way and trying to pretend that they had the perfect family.
Exactly.
That was the whole fucking, you know. So yeah, that's the trauma point that had to be hammered home heavy-handedly in the last 20 minutes of the movie that need to be there.
Heavy.
So, so let's see. She arms herself with a rotary saw, finds Susan before being ambushed by Polly. Polly deafens Alice's right ear with the pen. So we get the pen comes back into play.
That was
and good audio on that.
Yes, because the tinnitus, you felt like you had
cringy scene and all that kind of stuff. Good job on
busted her eardrum.
Let's see. So then she manages to subdue Polly with the stair lift. And that was probably one of the funnier moments of the movie, because she, you know, it's Grandma Deadite, and she wraps the one good leg up with the fucking, with the
electric chair.
The electric chair's seatbelt. And clamps it in, and then pushes the button.
And she just slowly going down the steps, and she's like,
Granny's face is.
And then her to fix that problem, she just saws off her leg at the bottom with
the piece of glass that's stuck in her eye.
So stuff like that. There was funny moments.
But then the other part with where I think she first comes across her, though, before that, she's like, "Where's your other leg?" or "Where's your foot?"
Yeah.
And the mom comes out and hits her in the face with it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, so wait a minute, the mom was just standing there letting all this talking happen, waiting for her to ask about the foot before she hit her with it?
That's how movies work.
Like, was she...
She's like, let
her have this whole conversation, this whole thing going on.
I wanted to
waiting. Mom was like, oh, damn it, she hasn't asked about the foot yet. I have to wait until she realizes that the foot's not there before I can walk out and hit her with this fake foot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo, writing.
I know.
Oh God. Okay, so where are we?
The foot.
Joseph succumbs to his wounds at the hands of Edgar and dies while Alice and Susan flee the bathroom. They come falling crashing down.
Yes.
So yeah, that was when she hits her with the foot, whomp.
Yeah.
And then she's like bashing her. They're fighting in the stairs, and all of a sudden,
you see two people fall.
Oh, and she's like, "Oh my God, is it Joseph?" And she looks down, and Joseph's dead, and Dad's just like, "Ah!"
Like a crazy.
He was great. Like, that was good. I wanted some more of that kind of stuff from some of the other ones. I wanted to see Grammy be like, "Ah!"
I know.
And Dennis can fly. Like, where was like the like you see him float during the oneer.
Yeah.
Why wasn't Granny floating with her fucking?
I don't know.
We get at the end of the movie, she's like crawling, pulling herself by her hands. Deadites float. What the fuck is that?
I guess I don't know. We needed her to crawl.
So let's see. Joseph Edgar dies while Alice and Susan flee to the bathroom. Alice ties Susan up and confronts her about never believing that Will was abusing her.
Oh, and this, I was like, I wouldn't have brought
Well, hold on. Yeah, Susan admits her hatred of Alice and becomes fully possessed. So, yeah, I would have never brought that bitch in there in the first place. Because right before this, she was about to saw your face off.
Exactly.
She was about to push that fucking... Remember, the granny has her down, and she's like, come on, Susan, join the family. Push the throttle. Rip this bitch's face off. And she was like, I'm sorry, and she's about to do it.
I know.
Until she stabs her with the fucking glass.
Or tie her up out there and then say, I don't know.
I would have just left that bitch out there.
I know.
Or just been like, yep, whatever. But she brings her in, ties her up, and we get
I guess she thinks she's, I'm saving you even though you were an asshole to me. Like, I'm a better person than you kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, she ties her to, like, the toilet bowl and, like... I don't even know what the fuck it was because once she's leaned against the radiator, then she sits up and is turned into a dead eye. And this was a cool scene.
Yeah.
We push in on her eyes, and I don't know how probably digital. They push it on her eye going in, and then we pull back from her eye. And the minute that we stop that push in, pull back is when the switch occurs from regular eye to deado eye. And as we pan back, we see like, oh, okay, she's now full deado. Yeah. And a deadite, sorry.
I know. The second you saw her
and she sits up.
Yeah.
Like, and her face is all burned on the radiator.
Yeah. I was like,
but this is when we get our another Easter egg because she's, they're having this conversation, blah, blah, blah. And she says, yeah, it won't matter anyway because you'll be dead by dawn. And yanks and the fucking toilet seat flies off and the girl falls and smashes the toilet into pieces with her head and then has the wherewithal to pick it up and smack it.
I did get some other Easter eggs, but I forgot about that one too.
So then she goes up through the hole in the ceiling and let's see, through the roof, pursued by Susan and Edgar, but drops the dagger. No, it was before that. She goes up and she finds the Kandarian dagger. At first, she just finds a bag of daggers, and Joseph pops up. Now he's full deadite.
I know. We're going to keep doing it.
Joseph is full deadite now, and he pops up, so she keeps stabbing him with daggers. And I like
This is another Easter egg, if I could just jump in.
You jump in, yeah.
Well, it's the bag of daggers. That was a callback to Evil Dead 2 when he says, wrong dagger. Yeah, so that was...
Yes.
That was a throwback.
On wrong book. They had different books. So remember, you had to pick one book. That was Army of Darkness, though. There were three different books.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
But also in this one, the dagger that he first picks up is the actual Kandarian dagger from the previous movie.
Yeah.
It's similar to it. It's a little smaller, but it's the same design. And she stabs him with it because we all thought that was, and he's like, yeah, wrong dagger.
Yeah.
And she's going through all these really nice looking daggers, and I thought this was a nice touch when she finally finds the Kandarian dagger. It's this like nubby little small whittled old fucking just like totally like survivalist handmade shiv
really.
that she stabs him with, and it works.
Yeah.
And I thought that just seeing that was good enough to know that it was the Kandarian dagger, right? But no. They literally had to do a close-up of the handle of the dagger and her to turn it so you could see the word Kandar carved into the handle.
Yeah.
So in case you didn't realize it, they literally spell it out on the dagger for you.
That was too much.
Too much.
I was like,
way too much.
You could have shown it like a zoom to see the artwork on it or something, but
didn't even need that.
You didn't really need it.
As soon as you stabbed him and he died, that's the Kandarian dagger.
But if you wanted to, did you really have to write Kandar?
Right?
Like, did we really
put a symbol on it? Anything? I don't know.
Yeah,
that was just so on the nose.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. It was like an eye roll. Really? We write Kandar right on a dagger in English too. In English.
That's right. Yeah, it was.
In English letters.
I assume maybe the grandfather may have done that.
Who knows? I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Like
I don't know. Maybe he did it, but it's all just it was too much. It's too on the nose. All right. So yes, she gets the thing, and then she flees to the roof, pursued by Susan and Edgar, and of course she drops the dagger on her way out onto the roof. Yeah. Because you're in the attic right now, and the only way up is either through a hole in the floor from the bathroom where Susan is, or through the stairs. I guess you could open the stairs up and get up there again. And you now have the high ground and the Kandarian dagger with one stab kills a deadite.
Yeah.
We just learned. You just did it. Just killed Joseph.
Yeah.
Why on earth you would choose to go out onto the roof is beyond me.
I know.
Like, you have the perfect position. You're fortified. Either, as long as you can get to either thing and they don't both pop up at the same time, and even then you have a pretty good shot. Stab as the one head pops through, and then the other one could even get all the way up and come at you and stab as he grabs you. I don't understand the logic of going out the roof. But then I understood the logic of going out the roof. First of all, we had to separate the Kandarian dagger because the movie's not quite over yet.
Yeah, exactly. We needed that moment.
So she has to drop the Kandarian dagger. But she still has the saw because, of course, she carries a giant blade, circular saw. No, it was a circular saw on a stick. It was like a long ass John that trims trees.
Whacker. Oh, it was a tree.
No, it's a tree trimmer because it's like a saw blade, not a piece of string.
Right. Yeah.
It's a hard saw blade. Takes it out onto the roof because that's smart. And of course the Deadites come out, and but we needed to do this cool chimney scene because I guess Sebastian Vanacek really likes Santa Claus, and he thought, man, it'd be cool if somebody was like halfway down a chimney and they had a saw, and then when the Deadite came to get them, they were just like, and then we saw this blood. He cut to the bottom of the chimney. It would look really cool. It would look really cool. I just feel him in the meeting going, it would look really cool. It would look really cool.
I mean, it did look really cool.
It did look really cool, but it was like the dumbest sequence of events that a person could take.
Yeah.
Like, the dumbest steps ever.
I said, just to give it some
play devil's advocate. I know.
Play devil's advocate. Yeah, well, you have to, because especially with this movie,
you're panicking
and you kill one now, you can get away.
Yeah,
that's your idea.
I get it. All right, so she pursues, loses the dagger, climbs back into the house using the chimney. She manages to decapitate Susan, finally wound Edgar with the saw before setting the house on fire.
Mm-hmm.
She walks out, kills Max with the dagger because Max still ain't dead, and jumps at her.
I know.
And then she collapses. And then Will arrives at the burning house and pursues Alice to a building site. I don't even
first
know where
off,
the fuck
if we know anything,
what is going on? Where did that come from? I didn't know.
Remember the whole freaking funeral?
Yeah, but that's where we're back there. Like, how far was
it's like down the street.
Then why did it take him so long to get there?
I told you he was hiding. No, he was hiding and watching it.
Then why did they drove right down the street?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it's so stupid.
I got the impression it was like the only spot in the town.
Yeah, I felt like it was further away. I felt like that's what I felt. Like these places were a bit more spaced out. So I just wondered. I was like, where did they get the building site from? Like, because they went from, you let the house. Everybody was mad at Joseph for letting the house run down and be all run down. To all of a sudden, there's a building site close within walking distance. What? I'm just like, I'm confused. Is he letting it run down, or was he building something close by? Who else was building? I know. Okay. But none of that was ever explained, and it's just all of a sudden we're at a building site near the house.
That's the one that was playing. Well, the first off, it doing any, like, the funeral with the noise and all that stuff of that.
That was weird too.
That's where she went again. That job site.
I know that seemed farther than walking distance to me. I felt.
Yeah, probably.
I just felt like it was farther than walking distance.
Yeah, but we don't.
All right. At any rate,
it probably was.
After a lengthy struggle, Alice manages to trap Will in a pit filled with tar and kill him with a jackhammer and the dagger.
Oh, wait. So 2 things. One, he was literally caught on fire and he's not dead. Why did you think burning down the house was actually going to do anything?
I think the house was on fire before he showed up.
Well, she set it on fire.
Right.
Yeah, but my point is...
But he wasn't, she didn't know he was there. He doesn't appear until the house
I'm not saying this
burned.
to her. I'm saying this, we know that wouldn't have stopped them, just like dismembering doesn't kill deadites anymore either.
Well, I don't think, I don't know. I mean, I think the house burning down was just like, didn't it accidentally start? And she was just like, fuck it, I'm not. Oh, no, she did light it.
Yeah, she lit it. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, because she was. Yeah,
my point is they're not dead.
But she doesn't know that Will's still alive.
I know that. I'm not talking about her.
She doesn't know that they don't survive.
I know. I'm not talking about her. I was talking about the writing, not her literally. I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Now they're all probably still alive. Because if we know any,
okay.
And so it was stupid for me to see.
Well,
from what we know, a jackhammer is not going to kill him either. In tar.
Decapitation does, though. I mean, we know that. We've seen them.
Well, no, because I guess so, but now
there's a lot of questions.
Yeah,
there is a lot of questions
because the one decapitated herself and let her head roll by.
Yep.
And also, we know from the wood chipper how this whole started 2 movies ago that the blood
evil just moves. The evil
yeah. So
it just goes, and it can go, and we're going to see that in the end credit scene.
Yeah,
the post credit scene, I should say. All right, so let's get through the rest of this here. Paramedics arrive as the sun rises and rescue Alice. Meanwhile, the still possessed Polly is revealed to have escaped the house and is found by a motorist crawling away. Scratches the motorist's legs, passing on the deadite possession. But there's also a scene where we zoom in on Alice's eye and see that she is turning as well as they end the movie.
Yeah.
With her. Well, as we end her scene. As we end the scene with her, with the paramedic, gets the cigarette.
Yes.
The cigarette. French love cigarettes. Even still in 2026, they really love cigarettes.
Yes, it's the French. Oui.
So everybody wants a cigarette in this movie. Remember the dude in the fucking...
that was just her.
Remember the that's what starts the fight. She's out smoking a cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, wants her to drink into the cigarettes.
People.
And the restaurant guy comes out, the cook is like, hey, let me bum a smoke.
Yeah.
Everybody wants cigarettes.
Yeah.
So that was,
Yeah, it's a nightclub.
Bumming a smoke thing.
Yeah.
So yes, that we see the eye start to turn, so we kind of know that she's going to carry it. We know that Polly scratches the motorist's legs to carry it, and then we get a post-credit scene. The daughter of the crematorium's manager find Ellie Bixler's unclaimed ashes before Deadite Ellie appears and kills her.
Which doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Because the original, or I mean, not the original, the last one with the blob, whatever the thing that we had, they went into a wood chipper.
Yep, and got sprayed everywhere. So why would you cremate...
Well, you would
cremate the blob, the remains of the blob.
You would have to. It's legal. Legally, you have to. But
how?
Them.
But and I guess you would. Know it was Ellie.
No, it was the whole family.
Right,
That's my
point.
And they were in a high rise in the city. They
right, and now all of a sudden it's in this rural area.
So that part, I was like, I get it. You're just plopping something to. And I made up a whole scenario in my head just to like make it make sense. Like where I was like, I think the Deado family that was there and actually their remains were there, maybe it just jumped and they were playing with a trick from the kid's mind.
I had a theory too. My theory is the director said, it would be really cool. It would be really cool. And Bruce Campbell was probably like, that doesn't make any sense. And the director, no, but it'd be really cool. Oh, I forgot. It will be really cool. I had to do it with a French accent. You know what would be really cool? If we have Ellie come and kill a kid.
That's the wrong accent.
All right,
that's
whatever. We must kill children. That will really make audience uncomfortable.
Just because you say oui.
Hey, it's French if you start it with oui.
Yeah.
But yes, I feel like that ending was tacked on because he was like, I don't know. He was like, yeah, we should have, a tie-in with Ellie. And I didn't offend anybody by I killed an animal, but I didn't kill any children in this movie yet. So why don't we just throw like killing a kid at the end of this movie? Like,
well, I don't consider it the end of the movie. It could just be for fun post-credit scene.
Yeah, it's like a nonsense scene.
But
I'm just like,
that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, because like he literally goes out of his way. There was no kid in this movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
We don't meet the kid.
No,
you could have just as easily just killed the crematorium lady.
He just wanted to work with her.
He wanted to kill a kid.
Yeah, that's it.
No, he wanted to kill a kid on screen to piss people off, to push people's buttons, and to like push the envelope. That was his goal. Just like this whole entire movie of making people cringe and making people uncomfortable. Oh, you know what makes them really uncomfortable? We shall snap a little girl's neck.
And you need
blood everywhere. Wee.
You need the wee blood. And you need the mommy. Mommy is.
Yes, that was a good. I mean, I enjoyed the scene because I love Ellie. And
Yeah,
I love
it was a fun scene.
And I have no problem with kids dying on camera.
Now listen.
Way easier to kill kids with me on camera than it is animals. I'd much rather see a billion children on camera die than one single animal.
Can you? I am not the same at all. Not even close. but my point is, the only way I will accept this post-credit scene because it was so fun. The only way I won't is if that's literally the goal for the next film.
To bring her,
back, because then I'm going to go, all right, then it doesn't make sense, and then I'm out. That's where it would bother me.
Fair enough. All right, this one's been a long one.
I'm really hungry.
Oh, okay.
I think it's been 2 hours.
Yeah, this is
over 2 hours.
She said. All right. Well, we're wrapping it up now, folks. 7 is my score.
I'm at 7 too.
We both highly recommend it. If you could see it in 4DX, definitely see it in 4DX. Before we wrap up, though, we promised Andrew's review.
And while you're pulling that up, I'll just say I did look it up, and it is the guy that is the grandfather is the one that recorded all the ones for the original Evil Dead. It's his voice.
Okay, so it's very cool.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Now, I don't have a list. I didn't actually deep dive, but I found a YouTube video I was scrolling through while we were sitting here, and that was the first Easter egg they said. Plus the chainsaw moment, obviously, and the dagger. Yeah. So, and when she's flipping through the book, the page that she kind of pauses on says the story of the cabin in the 2013.
The dates. Yep. Yeah. And then it does both of the dates. All right. So this is from our Patreon subscriber, Andrew, who writes, totally agree with the ending with the weird CGI part, but it didn't ruin it for me. The mother being the stupidest fucking human being was the worst part of it for me. Thankfully, the dog came back, which was kind of cool. Hated Hunter's character, like, why did you wait? Other than some completely absurd choices, I really liked it. In D-Box, parts in there made me cringe even, although love the connection with the grandfather and the circle of wise men, moving stuff we knew about forward a bit. Yes. The extra credit scenes were interesting. The last one made no sense, but hey, Effie. Big selling point, those camera shots and visuals were insane. Also, like the Easter egg with the spider, well played there. I'll talk about that in a second. It was in the very beginning, still the opening with that cut to ass, like, wait, what? That was wild. Back to the car, like, okay, I'm losing a little bit there. But Andrew gives it a 7.5. So,
I was
really enjoyed it. The spider.
Yes.
If you remember the one scene when Thaya is trapped down in the basement and she's turning the heat up.
I remember the spider going by.
Yeah, it's walking on the thing and she crushes it with her gimpy fingers.
Oh, yeah.
So, Sebastian Vanacek, his first movie was Infested, the spider movie.
I see.
So it's an Easter egg for Sebastian's first movie.
See, I was like, where's it going?
Yeah, it's not
anything with it.
Right. It's not a Evil Dead Easter egg. It's an Easter egg for Sebastian's previous movie in Infested, which, check it out. I think it's streaming free on a couple places. I won't mention them for fear of getting...
We can't mention anything.
I know. Every time I tell y'all where to find something, I get some kind of notification that we're blocked or can't say that here or there. You can't promote another site on this site. Blah. We've said Patreon, though, so hopefully that's all right.
Who knows? They hate
all right. That's going to do it. Thank you, Andrew, for the review. And it aligns pretty much with us.
Yeah.
And yes, if you want your review read on an upcoming episode, make sure you join our Patreon. Check out all the different perks that you get with the different tiers. And that's going to do it.
Yes.
Evil Dead Burn. Fun time. All right, that's going to do it for now, Boo Believers. Until next time, stay spooky.
Nice screamer.